Should you even ditch the niche? Or I guess, should you even ditch the niche? It sounds better. Rhymes, ditch the niche, however you say it, niche or niche. A lot of people are talking about, should we just forget niches altogether? I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Ooh, I'm gonna say, Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. But if you're not new to me, you know I talk about the subject of niching all the time. In fact, if you struggle with finding your niche, I actually have a free challenge that I'm running live right now. I cannot guarantee that I'll be running it live forever, so you should definitely click the link below if you're interested in nailing your niche. It's a free 5-day challenge where I help you do just that, nail your niche and perfectly pinpoint the most profitable niche for you. Should you even ditch the niche? Or I guess, should you even ditch the niche? It sounds better. Rhymes, ditch the niche, however you say it, niche or niche. A lot of people are talking about, should we just forget niches altogether? I know this is very attractive for many people because they're like, wow, I want to do everything, especially in the coaching space. They want to coach people on their entire lives and helping them be successful in every single arena. And they want to create content on all the things. And so when you see something that's like, ooh, you don't have to niche anymore, forget niching down, like that's old hat, nobody's doing that anymore, it can feel very, very compelling. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Ooh. I'm gonna say, no, you should definitely not ditch the niche. Ditch the niche? You should not ditch the niche. Most people shouldn't anyway, but maybe, I don't know. Let's talk about it. Let's look at some criteria that you need to consider to determine whether you should continue niching down or if you can ditch the niche. All right, the first thing you need to consider if you are thinking about, should I just forget the niche or should I niche down? So weird, niche. I'm gonna say it multiple ways in this video, so just be forewarned. But the thing you need to consider is your primary focus. Meaning, is your primary focus growth from a follower standpoint or growth from a financial standpoint? And the two aren't mutually exclusive, but oftentimes in the beginning, it's gonna require you to take different paths. I say this because a lot of people mistakenly believe that the way to make a lot of money online, create a lot of revenue in their business is to have a large following. They focus on tactics that are gonna help them get a lot of likes, a lot of views, a lot of shares, all those things. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, if your focus is primarily that you want to generate revenue in your business, you want to make money and you want to make money fast, focusing on the followers might actually not be the thing that you need to focus on. You might need to focus on actually targeting a very narrow niche and showing them that you are the person for them. So oftentimes I see a lot of content creators talking about niching is dead, forget the niche and whatever. And sure, that might work from like a broad entertainment or content creation standpoint, like if you're a vlogger, but if you are looking to build authority and to attract clients right away, you're an expert, a consultant, a coach, and you have an online service and wisdom and expertise that you want to sell, it's actually better if you do niche down because people will say, wow, that's my person. She's talking about all the things that I care about. I know that she can help me. How can I work with you, right? And that only happens when we niche down. In fact, I talked about this in a previous video that you can check out right here, all around the easy method for generating 100K per month in your online coaching business. And I talk about in that video about how you need to go narrow in a broad niche. And the example that I give is, it's one thing to say like, oh, I'm a relationship coach, I can help you with your relationships. But it's another thing to say, I help divorced single moms over 40 find the love of their life and, have a happy relationship. Like, see how one, relationships, and the other one is like, ooh, wow, yeah. If you fit that demographic, you're like, that's my person. I want to listen to everything that they put out. Even if that person doesn't have a huge following, if the content is really good and they're demonstrating that they're an expert in that arena, you're going to tune into what they have to say, and then you're going to want to hopefully purchase from them. So that's what I'm saying. It really depends on your goals. Do you just want like a popular brand or do you want a profitable brand? You can have both. But usually when you're just getting started, you need to focus kind of on one or the other. All right, the next thing you need to consider, kind of going along with the first consideration, is what is your timeline? So I kind of alluded to, you can have both. You can be both popular and profitable, but the timeline is longer to do both, right? If you are in it for the long game and you got all the time in the world, you're not trying to generate revenue right now, you don't need to land clients right away. You just want to build a very large following and a very large base, and again, you're willing to spend the 3, 4, 5 years to grind it out in order to do that, then sure, ditch the niche, right? Do it on everything, just create interesting content and just, attract an audience that is just into you, which is totally fine. But again, if you have a short timeline, maybe you're like, hey, I want to quit my job this year, I want to go full-time in my business, I would not recommend ditching the niche. I would actually niche down, because for all the reasons that I just explained, the people who are looking to spend money and have an urgent need and have an urgent problem that they want solved, they are looking for people who are very specific and demonstrating that they can solve that problem. So how you demonstrate that you solve that problem is by niching down. And here's the thing, a lot of people are reluctant to niche down because they think like they're gonna be pigeonholed in that niche forever, and that's actually not true. If you niche down now, you actually will attract the clients and build the revenue that will allow you to branch out later. So I always use the example of Tony Robbins. Everybody wants to be like Tony Robbins now because he can talk about success and personal development and relationships and money and business, and he's in all these different categories. But when he first got started, he was in sales, and then as he started to make a name for himself, it was helping people overcome different phobias through NLP. And then over time, he kind of broadened into various niches. So if you niche down, have no fear. It doesn't mean that you have to stay there forever. But if you have a short timeline and you're trying to get some clients now, trying to make some money now, I would not recommend ditching the niche. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. Are you team ditch the niche or team niche all the way down? Go ahead and share in the comments below. And also share if you say it niche or niche. All right, the next thing that you need to consider is consider the platform, right? Meaning consider the platform where you primarily are going to be creating your content. Are you primarily going to be on YouTube? Are you going to be on LinkedIn? Are you going to be on TikTok, on Instagram? The platform where you are creating content actually makes a big difference. For instance, if you're on LinkedIn and you're like, ditch the niche, I'm just going to be me and talk about everything, that's probably not going to be that well received, because LinkedIn is very professional. People want to know, what is your expertise? What industry are you in? What line of work are you in? And it's very much about demonstrating that you're a thought leader on a particular subject matter. If you're on YouTube, it can kind of go either way. On one hand, there's definitely like the vlogging side of YouTube, the lifestyle, and people just want to tune into the person that you are. But then we forget YouTube is owned by Google, and that means it's a search engine, right? YouTube is actually the second largest search engine in the world. So that also means that people are searching for answers to specific problems. So if you're on YouTube, yeah, you can go the vlogging route, but you can also go the niche down and be an expert route, because people who are searching for the problems that you solve will land on your videos, but only if you are specific and only if you niche down. So consider the platform, but then again, also consider your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. All right, the next consideration that you need to keep in mind is actually the audience that you are trying to reach. This is very similar to the platform. So just as I was saying, ditching the niche is probably not a thing. On LinkedIn, they're looking for thought leaders, people who can show that they are an expert in a particular field. You have to consider the audience that you're trying to reach as well. Is the audience more into entertainment? Are they looking to, just connect with someone and just see the general lifestyle? Or is the audience looking for a solution? Are they actually looking for a particular problem solved? If they're not looking to solve a problem, they just want great content and they want to be entertained, then sure, ditching the niche is probably a thing. And again, you just maybe want to showcase your lifestyle and kind of showcase everything. But if you are speaking to a very, very specific audience and they have a problem, they're like, I'm looking for information on how to solve it, it probably would behoove you to really niche down and focus on them. They'll thank you for it because they're like, wow, I know that this person is my go-to resource when it comes to this particular topic, this particular subject matter, or solving this particular problem. All right, the next consideration that you need to keep in mind is if you're trying to sell a product or a service. This is a big one. Oftentimes people go the ditch the niche route when they are more primarily focused on selling products because they want to build a very large brand. And so they then create products that go along with it. Maybe physical products that are found in stores, or maybe they have a partnership. For instance, you see a lot of beauty influencers. They will often partner with big cosmetic lines and have a line that's, dedicated essentially to their particular audience and providing something for their audience. But if you're selling a service, meaning someone is hiring you or they're paying for your wisdom and expertise because they want a problem solved, they're probably not going to go for the lifestyle route. They're probably going to go for someone who has billed themselves as an expert. And that would mean you want to niche down. So consider, what is it that you're actually selling, because that can lead you to whether you should ditch the niche or not. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're like, yeah, I definitely need to niche down, but I'm not sure how to do that, I invite you to join me in my free 5-day Nail Your Niche Challenge. Again, I can't guarantee that it'll be free or even going on by the time you watch this video, but as I am recording this, I am doing it again. So go ahead and click the link below to sign up for the upcoming 5-day live challenge. Over the course of 5 days, you will definitely nail your niche. So go ahead and click the link below to join. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next video, make sure you're following me on my podcast. That's the Courtney Sanders Show on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast or my next YouTube video, make sure you are following me on Instagram, CourtneyLSanders on Instagram. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.